What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into issue number 14 of Daredevil, and this will be the last issue that Chip and his creative team are going to be doing when it comes to the Daredevil titles, as he closes out his epic story arc, as we prepare for a new writer to take over. This is the rebirth of Matt Murdock. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with Foggy. It has been 6 months since they had returned. 6 months without seeing Matt Murdock. And we see that he is teamed up with Cole North, the two of them now having a law firm together. And they are going after the Stormwinds, doing so through the legal means, trying any avenue that they might be able to do to take them down a peg. While they close up their meeting for the night, we see them head out onto the streets. And while they walk, Foggy recognizes somebody, or at least he thinks he does. A man with red hair. He thought he had seen him. The truth is, a lot of people believe that they had seen Matt Murdock in the corner of their eye, a passing glance at a stranger. But every time they go to look again, they see that it is not Matt. It is not the Daredevil. Even Cole continues to see him through the city, but he sees this as a reminder to keep doing what they're doing, to help the people, that all of this is simply in their head. But there is still that part of them that holds out hope, because we're not talking about an ordinary person. We are talking about Matt Murdock. The possibility of his return is always there. The thought is always lingering at the surface. This is what picks us up with Elektra, out here being Daredevil, doing what she does best. She focuses on the underbelly of this city, taking down the scum and the thieves alike. And she does all of this in the honor of Matt Murdock, trying her best to live up to everything that he is and was. And so after these goons have been taken down, she goes to meet up with Butch, the son of Kingpin, and he has come to own that role. Elektra has come to him today because the vehicle that she had just taken down was supposed to be loaded with guns. These guns were coming into Hell's Kitchen, and so now she is asking Butch what happened to them. But Butch says that she's got it all wrong, that he has been taking these guns out of the city, that he had lifted them from Tombstone. They had been making a deal with Hammerhead. The idea that he is going on is that these are ludicrous men with ludicrous names, that he wants to keep Hell's Kitchen safe, just like Daredevil. But Butch isn't one to destroy these weapons. When he steals these weapons, he's going off and he's selling them. He's just making sure that it stays out of Hell's Kitchen, while also taking down his competition. Now, of course, Elektra doesn't fully believe him, but we see her begin to break the priceless art that is in this house, the art that belonged to his father. She says that he is being freed from his history, that he can be a new person, that he can break the old cycles, that he's not harming people to survive. He is harming others to profit. She has been him before, and this is not a life, with Elektra reminding him that she will always be watching. This is where we pick up on a bench that has been dedicated to Matthew Murdock. Foggy sitting down with Reed Richards. Foggy is meeting up with Reed to give him a chessboard, one that Reed and Matt had both been playing on for quite some time. And the games between Reed and Matt were more than just a game. It was more than just chess, because they would have long-reaching conversations, from ethics to God to heaven and everything in between. Foggy believes that wherever he ended up, maybe he made his way back, because everywhere Foggy looks, he sees him. This is where Reed says that his mother had died when he was 7 years old. For years, he had seen her, the back of her head in a grocery store, her profile in the reflection of a window. Every time, his heart would jump. It took him a long time before he realized, in a way, she was still alive. Through his memories of her, through his mind's ability to play tricks on itself. He believes this is why they record, why they make art, why their minds hold on to people after they are long gone. It's so that they continue living. But Foggy can't help but feel like one of your superhero friends is always coming back from the dead. The question is, why can't Matt? And Reed Richards knows that this is not fair. He often tries to reason it out, why his kind seem to evade death, even after the fact. In theory, it sometimes feels like this is almost proof of a higher power, that someone needs them to live to stop what may come, to fight the good fight. And he thinks if there was ever a candidate to come back and fight the good fight, it would be Matt Murdock. As our story continues on, we pick up with Elektra. After having a conversation with an old character that was known for the guardian devils, she has this conversation, but she quickly heads off, believing that she saw Matt Murdock. Going around the corner, this is what leads her to a church, St. Margaret Mary's. With Elektra walking inside, this is where she sees him. Matt Murdock letting her know that they had already had their service, but she has just come in for a rest. By all appearances, Matt Murdock has no idea who she is. He may be a man reborn, but he is now a man of God. He has that collar around his neck and he works here at the church. But as they have this conversation, he can't help but feel like he remembers her. He can smell the scent of jasmine. But Elektra goes on to ask if he enjoys being a priest, and he says that this is something he really does enjoy, that it can be hard at times, but so are most things that are worth doing. With Elektra unable to hold in her emotions for much longer, she goes to make her exit with him saying that she is welcome here anytime. Before she leaves, Matt Murdock does ask, "Are you sure that we have never met before?" Elektra looking over her shoulder, she says nothing and walks out those doors. She has seen that the love of her life is still very much alive, but with him being reborn, he is somebody new. He is somebody else. As she contemplates all of this on a rooftop, looking into the mask that she wears every single day now, all she can think to herself is maybe the next life. That maybe in another life they could be happy, they could be in love, they could be together. But she refuses to be the one to bring him back into this life. After everything he has done, after everything that he has endured, she wants him to be happy and content. And right now, she believes that him in that church is exactly what he has. And so she puts on that mask and she heads out because she has work to do. As Matt Murdock heads out for the night, we learn that he is headed off to a new church soon. Headed off to St. Nicholas. As he heads out from the church that evening, this is when he overhears some thugs trying to get some money out of someone, with the person being drugged down the alleyway. Matt Murdock is overcome with emotion. He hears the sound over and over and over again. The man being pummeled, the man being hit, and this is where his powers come back into play. Being able to see the world like he once did, taking his walking stick now used as a weapon. We see him walk into that alley, and that is where this issue will end. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. The Daredevil story has finally come to an end. Chip's run was absolutely brilliant. Everything that we have seen him do has been absolutely magnificent. Now, next month, we are getting a brand new issue number 1. And man, is that title gonna have big shoes to fill. But this issue ends how you expect it to end. Trying to close out some of those loose ends, but some of them are still out there. The Stormwinds are still trying to take over the world, essentially. And we had believed Matt Murdock to be trapped forever. After the battle between the fist and the hand, he had done the ultimate sacrifice. Doing this to save everybody he loves, everybody that he cares about. It appears that there was some divine intervention. Someone has brought him back. But there are still things that didn't really get tied up. Like Goldie. Was Goldie really doing everything he did because God told him to do so? Was the hand and the fist truly defeated? There are many things that are still left in the open. But one thing is for sure, Daredevil has returned. And while Elektra had left him content at the church, happy with the life that he had been leading, the call was inevitable. The devil of Hell's Kitchen has returned. But Matt Murdock also seems to be lacking a lot of memory. Will this memory come back now that he has taken on his persona yet again? Will he remember his best friend? Will he remember those that he has fought for so many years? Will he remember the love of his life? I hope that all of these get answered with the brand new creative team taking over next month with a relaunch of issue number 1. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories, if you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series. Check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50. From loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.